That's a new one.
He's had a hard life, I can tell. It's like every time you vote someone out, a little piece of you dies because you're betraying someone, you're lying to someone, and all set up for it just wasn't the same. So, you're a great competitor. Sorry about this.
This one sucks. Steven, I'm voting for you because you are a threat. And I really, really, really wanted to work with you, but here is where we are. And I'm sorry.
Thank you. This one's tough. Hopefully I have something in the works that's a cross-tribal alliance, and if you go home, then that proves that that alliance is going to go far and deep into this game, working each color and each tribe from a different person.
This is just game and just strategy. You're an awesome person. Sorry to have to vote to Danka out, whatever. Please don't hate me, but I'm just taking a risk on a close-knit group of people that I think I can go far with.
I broke it. Are you freaking kidding me? It doesn't go in like this. It goes in like this.
Steven, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Thank you for some whole people inviting me out. So this is a lot of possible things that happened that made this almost not happen the past 2 weeks. I'm just really glad that I've been able to just come, give it a shot, and see what happens. And sorry I didn't do as well.
It's funny, people will sit there and they will apologize, and you have nothing to apologize for. You came out here, you had
I won't be as mentally scarred as last year, though, so I call that a plus.
So you brought it up. You played here last year.
Mm-hmm.
Compare the two. So last year was scarring. This less so. So
I
you tell.
mean, I've heard people say the only way you can truly lose Survivor is by losing in the final tribal council, which I accomplished with much gusto. And so it took a good month of just reflecting and looking back and trying to figure out what have I done, how could I have changed, what things could I have done. Starting with my jury speech, just all the different ways I could have played differently to change the ending, all just the coulda, shoulda, wouldas that just plague your mind. I'm sure whoever ends up in the second or third place will go through the exact same experience this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, only the winner gets anything resembling closure.
Yeah.
And even the winners have issues, right? That there are things.
Is their win good enough? Like, how's their win rank compared to everyone else? Like, what else could they have done to really seal the deal? But you can just never know.
Yeah. But the beauty that you're surrounded by a lot of people who are helping with this event, who also didn't win. And part of the healing process is, let's create an awesome experience for some other people. Do a lot of damage to them, and then have them, heal with us.
Exactly.
And you are wielding co-conspirators because you played another live game, so clearly you love this.
Well, it was something so radical and different from anything I'd ever done. And it was just, I dragged my best friend out from like Los Angeles, who never slept outside. He was the first one voted out for the blood versus water competition. So, and it only ran us one day, but this is still a pretty traumatic experience as a person who brought a cloth sleeping bag. So I was never dry the entire time I was there. I mean, it was a lot of learning, and it pushed me, and I did so much more than I thought I could. And there's so much more I felt I needed to learn how to do.
What did you think of that first night? What did that teach you?
Here?
Here. Right.
I owe Laura a lot. Because, like, she was my personal body heater. Because, like, I brought this picnic blanket from Walmart. That one half was eventually felts, the other, or whatever, one so you can lay it, the other half was waterproof. So like we had that, I keep on calling her Christy, but her name's Katie. Katie also had that, so we had those on the ground, and so you didn't have a lot of space between that and our tarps. And so like, and with all the like tree branches like jutting out of the ground, like spearing you every time you turn and toss and turn, it didn't leave much room. So very cramped. I got some sleep, I don't know how, and just cold, because like I was sharing a blanket with Laura, which I think we played a little tug war over the course of the night. But she was the only reason why I like didn't probably freeze that night. So I owe her so much.
So then the swap happens,
Mm-hmm.
and it seemed like, okay, everyone collectively decided on 2 people to go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I'm sure you saw it coming, we're going to have to feast on our own. Why do you think it turned on you?
So that's interesting, because Justin made it very apparent that he was ready to sacrifice Maria, which was, I thought was a very shrewd thing to do, because it left him as the power pivot, the power position between, I guess, both the remaining pairs. I'm curious. So I imagine it's all his doing. And so, like, I guess my first reaction of him should have been something I ran with. I'm just like, wow, he's really enthusiastic. Wow, he's probably also a snake. Just how out there, and it's like, I want to work with the person I saw. I'm just like, these are great things I want to hear, but I don't know. I should have been a little bit more wary of having such a reaction so early on from a person.
So do you think...
Maybe I was somebody wanted, and he decided, like, no, if we need to get rid of a person, you're the one to go. I'm not quite sure how much he was inclined to run with that alliance, or if I was always someone he wanted to take out early on for some unspecified reason.
So do you think moving forward that Justin is someone who's calling the shots?
I'm gonna say Justin and Maria, most likely, the 2 in tandem.
Is that sort of part of a larger...
No, it's
Red
really Justin
thing?
and Hannah.
Okay.
Hannah figured pretty high, I feel, in his things, so I think if I was her, I'd be a little wary that they're not going to go and take down, because frankly, you were going to take probably the easiest people. Like, you'd probably take Maria, because if there was another vote tonight, you'd probably take Maria, because she's red, and so they have the original bond. Katie has no one from blue left, so she would be easy to sweep with her, and then that's 3. And that's that. So then you take out Hannah, and that leaves Adam, who I don't think is going to be as major strategic force as possibly as Hannah would be.
So who is it that's out there that is, when you go and continue to watch them, that you're cheering for, that you hope good things come to?
Dr. Jill.
Why?
Because she effectively signed up to become an underdog here. I mean, I think all of us were shocked to see that there's only one survivor present of the 24 of us, and that's just put such a huge, crazy target on her, because, like, frankly, she says in her interviews and like that the first person you should get rid of is the survivor player. And granted, I don't know if her luck is that she just hasn't gone to tribal, or or what, but I would love to see her run another tour, just run through the game and then people rag it and go crazy, and see how long people are willing to use her as a shield.
So
That would be pretty hilarious. How will that go on? I don't know. If I couldn't do Dr. Jill, if I was going to second place someone, I'm gonna go Greg.
What?
Because I think he's in a good position on the blue team. I think he's with a. Let's see. So he's the only blue on his tribe, so he's going to be viewed as very useful in swinging votes. I feel. I think blue now has lost half its members, so them in yellow are going to be. So really, it's going to be green and red who are really going to be potentially duking out if they hold fast to those alliances. I like him. I enjoyed talking with him. I really enjoyed picking his mind about his works on Survivor and like his opinions. So I go with that.
I asked the question with a purpose because while your game may have come to an end, you can still have an influence on this one.
Really?
I need the name of one person that you would like to see get an advantage in the game.
Oh man.
Can be anybody from any tribe as long as they're in the game.
Do they know it's for me? Is that do they know how they're getting it?
No.
And nor do I know what the advantage is.
Correct.
Wow. So that was. Gosh. So there's three people. There's Greg, Dr. Jill, and there's Maria, just because I voted for her. And therefore I feel like it's kind of like I owe you something for that. But she also voted me out. So therefore I can be spiteful in this moment. So the next person on the list would be Laura. Who needs it more though? Laura in a tribe of 4, Greg in a tribe of 7, or Jill is probably the lone wolf it because I have no idea how her tribe is inclined to keeping her. I give it to Jill. High chance will go early, or she'll just be eliminated with it potentially. Yeah, we give it to Laura. I think on her tribe, considering there's probably some sort of shenanigans with the tribe, I think she's in a good spot to be a swing if you see new yellow and new blue coming at each other, which could happen, could not happen. I think that this should be something that'll help her do what she needs to do. I mean, let's give it to her.
Okay. So it is said, so it is done. So you said a little bit at the beginning, but just one last question. We talked a bit about game, but how do you feel about the overall experience?
Sucks to go pre-merge. It sucks to go when there's a full day and a half left. I mean, of course you have both Leah and Boston. What's his name? Adam. I'm like, I suck at names. Boston Adam. You probably have the same feeling towards me. So what can I say? Just deserts happen. There's a sense of unfulfillment, just like wow, like there's all this other stuff happening that I could know. I mean, I guess I'll have to ask and see why on earth did you choose me.
Well,
I'm wondering if I should have just played under the radar a lot harder. But I felt this is a game where that was somewhat dangerous to do, just because. Well, I was thinking that we were still going to see 2 tribes make the council at once, and then you see a real blitz of a pre-merge. I was wrong on that, so things could have probably been taken a little bit more slowly. Again, I guess it just matters of how much is Justin actually inclined to work with me, because if he was never inclined to work with me, then like I should have acted on that earlier. If he was inclined to work with me, what did I do to change that?